Hi guys, TB here. So I want to show you in this video how to use the planet pop. So let me show you again the project. So this plugin allows you to embed planets or the sun, the moon at any size in your page anywhere. So this is just an example. This is the sun, and here are other examples. For example, let's see the earth at the bigger size, and in the same page it's here. It's also, they are also interactive, even in this page, the sun, and each one of them is interactive. They can be rotated and stuff. So let's go straight to WordPress. So this is for WordPress. So once we install the plugin, you'll see it here on the left. Let's go to Planet Pop and add a new planet, and let's call it one. Actually, let's call it Sun. Okay, we have it here, and now let's edit it. So by default, let's update it first so that you have it in the database. And let's get back to the planets and copy the shortcode, and we'll go straight to the shortcode here in the page, any page. Paste it here. If you have a builder like Elementor or any other builder, just add the shortcode in a shortcode box, depending on the builder itself. So save it, and I already have done a test here. I will just refresh it. So by default, as I said, it will get this preset here. So if you, when you create a new planet, you will get this, exactly this, as you can see here. So in my theme, it's small because the content itself it's restricted, so the width of the allowed content is too small. So this is why you see it like this. But depending on the width of the content, it will adjust. So don't worry about this this part. So let's say you only want to show the sun. So let's edit the planet and go anywhere. Each tab here, so all the planets or the general setting have this button, configure planet. I'm sorry. So let's go to configure planets. You will see all of these planets here. So if you want, let's say, to have this this preset and you want to move the planet, what you can do, you can just drag them around and position them wherever you want. Doesn't really matter. If you want to scale it, click on S on the keyboard and you will be notified here. And now you can just make him bigger or smaller. Let's make the earth bigger. Now I think I need to make this a bit smaller. Oh, let's see. So on the bottom right, I'm not sure why this is happening, and so because of the way the stream, it's the size of the video, it has this aspect. I can show you how to open this, but on the bottom right you will see the open live settings, and here you have the settings for all the present planets or the sun. So for example, let's try to change the earth. Let's go to earth, and let's change, for example, the spin. Let's add more clouds, as this is the cloud speed, and let's say you want to change the atmosphere color and make it something weird like green, and also this is the twilight color. Let's make it white. You can see it here. And this is the way the light fades. The phi, you can play with this, and the theta, and you can rotate it and align it the way you want it. And now this is for the clouds. You can add more or less clouds, and once you are done, you can go back, update, and now when I refresh this, you will see the changes here on the page. Now you can also change, let's go to Earth here. You can also change all these properties that you I've showed you in the live settings from the backend here in the inputs. Of course, this is difficult to see because they are just numbers, but you can do that. And one thing that you need to remember, once you have done a modification here, you need to update. It will not automatically update. So to see this, for example, let's change this to red. Now to see this here, I need to update. Okay, remember this. This applies to all planets. So let's configure planets again. And if I go to Earth, you see the color here. It's reflected. One other important aspect here, for example, the Earth, it's above pretty much everything except the Moon and Mercury, I think, yes. So let's say I want to put the Earth back in the back under these planets. So I can do it here. You need to do it from the Earth position using the Z index. Right now it's minus 60. Let's add it, for example, to minus 160. Update, don't forget to update. And now you see it's back. Of course, we need to perfectly get the right number. Each planet has its own Z position, and this is why it's looking so weird. But just remember this: if you want to change the Z position for all, this applies to all planets, or the Sun, even the rocket, you need to update the Z position. Okay, so this preset, let's hide all planets and only leave the Sun and the rocket. So let's go to each one of them and disable them. Neptune, Mercury, Venus, Earth, World, Moon, and Mars. Okay, update. Now if I go here, I will only see the Sun, and if I go here, see, we only have the Sun. And also let's add back the nebula. Not sure why this is, we need this. Okay, so this is how we can add only the Sun. So let's say, for example, I want to make the Sun smaller and move it to the left. By default, translation is enabled. Let's move it here and let's move the scale. Let's make it smaller. Oops, sorry. Let's put it here and let's add back the Earth, or actually not the Earth. Let's add Saturn because it's my favorite planet. And let's put it here and make it big. I know it doesn't look realistic, but it's cool. So right now the Sun is on the left and Saturn is on the right. The lightning it's not right. So let's go here. Let's choose Saturn and let's play with the light phi and light theta. So let's do here. Also, you'll notice this also has shadows on the rings. Okay, put it here and play with it until you get some like this, and also like this. See, you can also change the ring if you want to, but play with the ring and make it smaller, bigger. Let's make it bigger. Okay, so we have our Saturn like in the way it is now. Back to settings. Don't forget to update. Now when I test, you'll see the result here. So as you see, it's really simple. This is pretty much everything you need to know. Let's add a new one, a new planet in the same page. I don't recommend this. So my advice is to add only one instance per page, because this is using the GPU, and two instances in the same page will probably create the performance issues. If however you need more instances in the same page, make sure they are not visible at the same time. So if this is for example, I don't know, somewhere here, and you have another one somewhere here down here, it will work fine, because the script is optimized to handle the instances. If they are outside the viewport, the renderer will stop working. What else? So here in the demos we have let's go to Earth, for example. You see this example where the earth is really big, and when I scroll down it gets smaller, and it falls into place. Also, if you notice here, the height of the viewport itself, it's much bigger than the earth, and it's so the height of the canvas of the instance is much bigger than the viewport height. Now, this is not something that the plugin can do. If you want to do this, you will need to create your own div that contains the planet, the instance. You'll have to set the height manually, and for this you need to go into main settings and set the display tab to response to after parent. So this is when this is after parent, the planet, the instance will adjust its width and height based on the planet on the parent width and height. And this way you can create this effect, which is the planet, it's much bigger. Now, to create this scrolling effect, like you see, it's bigger and then it gets smaller. Let's get back here and create a new one. Let's call it scroll. Now, this image, if you want, you can add a generic image for visual reference. I don't know, let's add this. It doesn't make sense, but to show you that it's possible, so you know that this is scroll and this is sun. So let's get back here again. Let's leave now the earth visible, so we'll disable all the planets. Okay, Mercury, Venus, Earth, we'll leave it, Moon, and Mars. Don't forget to update, and let's see if it's only Earth. Okay, let's position it to the center. Let's make it bigger, like this, something like this. Okay, I think it's okay. Back to settings, update it, and now let's add the shortcode. Just copy it from here, click and copy it. You'll see this message, and here I will just add it under it. So now we have two instances. Like I said, I do not advise this, it will work, but I already explained it. So now we have Earth and the sun. As you can notice, it's just a line because I forgot to change the display type. As you remember, I told you the after parent will adjust the height and width based on the parent. In this case, the div that contains the sun, the instance, is the height, it's 1 pixel. This is why it looks like this. Let's put it to responsive. So now we have both instances. Let's see. We can also enable this teleportation transition. By default it's false. I will leave it for one instance, not sure which one was it. Let's see. So see, this one has this teleportation transition, this one has the opacity transition. So now if you want to apply this effect, this scrolling effect, go here and set the initial scale to 5, for example, and the anchor to 0.5. I will explain this in a moment. So now when I refresh this, scroll down. Actually, I apologize, I've done this for the first instance. Actually, we can, now let's do it for the right one. So let's remove this, set it to, this is fine actually, 5, and this 0.5. This is value from 0 to 1 here. And now let's go back and here set this one to 0, sorry, to 1. And let's return back here. And now if you look close carefully, the earth is bigger, and as I scroll it will get in the position. Now this anchor point, in this case, let's get back to the right one, to this sun. I'm confused. Which one was it? Yeah. So this anchor point represents the point at which the planet will have the full size, the initial scale, which is 1 when scrolled. When it's 0.5, it's half the viewport height. So if you look carefully, when the instance top position gets to the half size of the viewport height, you'll get one scale on the instance. So let me replace this to 1. It will make more sense now. What's wrong? Yeah, so if you carefully watch this now, look at this now. Now it's the top part of the instance is at the bottom, and when it gets all the way to the top, only then it will get to scale 1. Now this effect might look weird in this case because the window width it's really small, but based on your theme it will look okay if the width it's enough, has enough size. So this is how you use this. There are other examples here that I've done. The possibilities are infinite at this point. You can align your planets the way you want. This is one of them. So this is the sun really big and the planets are here. This is another one. This is another one. So there are no limits. You can just position them the way you want and remove and add them as you want. Yeah. And this one it's really cool. Say the sun in the middle and this one arranged here. So this is pretty much what I wanted to show you. There are many settings here, you can play with them, but the main idea it's the way I explained this. Each planet has this position, rotation, scale, atmospheric color, twilight color, and other settings. The only one that is more complex is the sun. This one has a lot of other options, but they are self-explanatory and you can see them here. Let's see. Oops. So I need to go back here. Sun. So you see there is the sphere, there is the glow, and you can play with this number, create something crazy. It doesn't look like a sun anymore, like a weird star. This is the glow, the radius, the strength, the tint, the brightness. The sun is really complex. So to be honest, I forgot all the options. Let's play with the rays. Let's make them bigger. See, it's starting to look weird. Opacity, let's make them stronger. The noise. You can also change the hue, make it look, I don't know, this bluish thing. On the spread of the hue. Of course, at this point it doesn't look right. I just wanted to show you this crazy thing. Yeah, so of course if I save this now and it turn here and you will see this sun that we created. So this is this plugin is different from what I created so far, but I want to move into this 3D world because I just love it so much. And this plugin was built more of a, I don't know, it was at the beginning I wanted to create a solar system, which I did, and I also show you in another video how it works. And then I wanted to create these realistic planets, and then I don't know, I ended up to this idea. So it was more like a learning project for me. So I want to apologize about the way I speak. I'm not recovered after COVID. I have breathing issues, so it's difficult for me to speak. And also I haven't speak to the microphone in almost 4 years now. My tongue feels like it's not working right. So I apologize for the way I speak in this video. If you find it weird or offensive, or this is the reason. So I hope someone will find this project useful. For me, this was a really fun project to do. There is nothing like this created anywhere. It's unique, it's beautiful, it's great. So I hope you'll find it useful. Thank you for watching.